Hi everybody, my name's Kathleen and I'm one of the dietitians here at Rebecca Bitzer and Associates, and I'm in the middle of actually pulling one of my breakfast ideas out of the oven, and I was going to talk to you guys a little bit about it. So, spoiler alert, it's baked, and I have a finished product here to show you guys at the end, but it's a muffin. So, with breakfast I kind of run into an issue sometimes where I'm sick of the eggs and the oatmeal and the granola and the yogurt, and sometimes I want something that requires a little bit more work, which is funny because usually people say the opposite, but given the extra time that we kind of have right now, I try and take advantage of that with the baking. So, being gluten and dairy free, it's very hard to find a muffin at the store, number one, but also a muffin that is going to have stuff like protein and fiber to help you get over the hump until your next snack or meal. So I kind of decided to take it into my own hands, and I made a muffin recipe from a cookbook actually that one of my coworkers got me. So it's pretty good. It's called The Recipe Hacker Confidential. So these are allspice muffins, and I'm going to kind of run through what's in there and then show you what it looks like at the end. But the main ingredient, I guess you could say, is almond flour. And almond flour has a very good taste profile for baked goods like breads, cookies, muffins, and a lot of people like it because it's considered paleo, and it's lower in carbohydrates and it's higher in fiber and protein than some of your all-purpose flours, which I really like about it. A serving of it says 2 tablespoons is a serving on here, and you get 4 grams of protein from that and just 5 grams of carbohydrates. So it's a good flour to use. It just might not turn out the same exact texture as what you're expecting with another muffin. But that was one of our ingredients. Next one was flaxseed. So we all know flaxseed's good for the gut. I am always looking for places I can throw in fiber, and this one, luckily I already used it in the recipe. So I love having my flaxseed around. I put it in yogurt, I put it in smoothies, I put it on toast. I also have chia seeds, so you could kind of use both of those if you wanted to. We have the baking soda and the baking powder, obviously, to help it rise a little bit. Honey. So there was only 2 tablespoons of honey in this recipe, actually. So where you're getting the sweetness, and I don't have any to show you because I already made it, is there are 2 mashed bananas, a cup of cut up apples, and a cup of cut up pecans. So it's a pretty loaded muffin, I guess you could say. So we finish up with just a little bit of salt, a little bit of cinnamon to get that cinnamon spicy flavor, and then obviously vanilla extract, which wasn't in the recipe, but I added it because I love it. So I only have a 6 muffin tin holder, so I already pulled out the first 6 that I have. And it came out, golden brown on the top. It stayed in its little cup. And if you look closely, you can kind of see the pieces of apple in there. So the texture is a little bit smoother than what you would expect. Sometimes it's not going to hold together as well, and it might get caught to the muffin tin liner, but that just means you need to let it cool a little bit longer. So I'm going to cut this open, and like I was saying, I really value something that has that extra protein and fiber, because if we're just having carbohydrates, it might not be the most filling for us. We might be hungry pretty soon after our meal. So what I plan to do is have this with maybe some peanut butter or almond butter. You can see it's kind of steaming in there still. Looks delicious. So that's my plan for the week. It's always going to depend on how much time you have to dedicate to it, and with muffins you kind of have the freedom to use different flours, use different ingredients. So there are more simple versions of this, but really it only took me about 5 minutes to put together, and then about 18 minutes in the oven to cook. So that's all I have for you guys. I'm going to go enjoy my muffin, and we will be talking soon. All right, bye.